Football's back. The Reds are playing tomorrow. Made up, are you?
Yeah, buzzing. Can't wait for it.
It's been too long. It's been ages. This international break's been the longest international break ever. And I just can't wait to go and have a bevy, go to the match, watch the Reds win, all that. So we'll do that tomorrow, won't we? What's been happening, mate? This is Charlie, by the way. I think he was on yesterday's video anyway, so you should know. And I'm Gareth and that. Go on, mate. What's been happening?
Well, Adam Iniesta Lallana ended up winning the PFA Player of the Month award for March.
He did, yeah. All those people on the internet who don't like Adam Lallana and have a go at us for liking him. He's just won an award there, and he was all right for England the other night as well. Maybe he's not as bad as you say, lad. You know who you are. Yeah, I like Adam Lallana, do you?
I think he's great. You know, he has been inconsistent, and there have been times as well where you feel like, you know, he's an attacker but he doesn't score enough, and it feels like he's a bit of a luxury player at times. But in the last 6 weeks, so I think he's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's moved on. I mean, I'm just in the process of working through a piece by Mike Nevin now for the website, and Mike can be quite cynical at times, even more than I am. Mike, I know you watch, and but he's done a good piece there, basically saying Adam's one of the most improved players under Klopp. In his opinion, I'm inclined to agree as well. Like you say, Charlie probably could add a few more goals to his play and that sort of thing, but I think, I mean, it should be a basic for any player, but I think you're always getting 100% out of him, aren't you?
Yeah,
which I think as a fan you can get behind, can't you?
Yeah, big time. His work rate's fantastic, especially, you know, I always think back to the Man City game 4-1, where he was running everywhere and just created so much space for the likes of Coutinho and Firmino. And yeah, I thought that was a good example of what you can do.
Well, then Iniesta, lad. Anything else happening, mate?
Yeah, it came through yesterday that we're looking at Lucas Alario, plays for River Plate, 9.5 million deal on the cards apparently. So
yeah, we did a special on that yesterday with Ed Malin from the Mirror, who actually broke that story. He's got a lot of contacts out in South America, so if you're a subscriber to Tour Player, give that a listen. They go into the detail of why that could happen, what the player's like and all that sort of thing, so well worth a listen. Anything else, mate?
Yeah, Coutinho been declared fine after international break, and Origi's looking likely as well to be available.
Good.
Firmino and Benteke are still doubts though, so.
Coutinho's a good one though, isn't it? I mean, you want him involved. He's looked sharp again lately, hasn't he?
Time.
And I think Spurs, you know, we've got Dortmund on the horizon, but we're going to have to put out a strong 11, aren't we? As strong as we can, really. It's not one of them where you can rest players. I mean, they're going for the title. Yeah. You know, it feels like. How are you feeling about the Spurs games? Are you confident?
No, I am confident about it actually. But surprisingly confident given the shambles it was the Southampton game. But yeah, you know, we've had 2 weeks off, and I reckon that right before the Dortmund game, go straight into it, get into them, lay a marker down as well. Because they are a very, very good side. You know, haven't got as much attention as Leicester, you know, for obvious reasons. But I think they are a fantastic side.
They are a good side. Spurs are a good side. It would be a big statement
if we can beat them.
Definitely. I mean, I think what it feels like to me is Southampton felt like a game that Liverpool lose. It's one of them, like, you know, it's one of those games they should win, so they end up losing it. This one feels like one of those where a team comes to town who think they're it, and we take them down, and the atmosphere is great, and you know, it feels like one of those nights potentially. I think the R5 kickoff's going to help, because it helps us to prepare for the atmosphere, doesn't it? A bit more. You've got a bit more time to prepare, you know, in the pub and that. So I think all that helps. I think a bit of a later kick-off means a better atmosphere. I think everyone will be up for it. Everyone will want Liverpool to, as you say, throw down a mark, take them down. And we'll end up doing Leicester a favour there, won't we?
Yeah,
we're just standing all that. Neil's not enjoying Leicester being right up there. He can't get his head round it. I don't mind it, you know.
I'm not a massive fan of it either, to be honest. You know, just the idea that Leicester can win the league with Jamie Vardy when we couldn't win it with Luis Suarez. Yeah, that's just something which is going to keep me awake at night, to be honest. It's
a good point, but I'm more of the thinking that I'd rather they won it and then get relegated next season and disappear again. Sorry, lads.
I'd be up for that as well, to be honest.
Than Arsenal win it, than Spurs win it.
Couldn't stand Spurs winning it.
And obviously we don't want any Manx side to go anywhere near any trophy ever. Goes without saying. What else, mate? What else has been in the media?
There's a story in the Independent this morning about Dele Alli and how we ended up missing out on him. And there was a great little anecdote in there where apparently Dele Alli's hero, Steven Gerrard, and he was meant to be given the grand tour of Melwood, and Gerrard was in bed because he wasn't reminded, no one told him that Dele Alli was coming, and then for some reason, having agreed a deal, we tried to get it down even further, and we all know what happened in the end.
Yeah, well, in Liverpool, I mean, I think Neil said on one of these the other day, you know, maybe we should leave this alone now, but I mean, it's hard as a fan, isn't it, to just leave it alone. I mean, you look at this player now, and he does look quality. I think everyone knew that. He wanted to play for Liverpool. He was a Liverpool fan. Carl Robinson, who's in charge of the MK Dons, used to play for Liverpool. You know, as a Scouser, loves the Reds himself. So he almost tipped Liverpool off and said, "This lad's quite good," you know. And it's almost like, you know, like the piece Charlie's referring to is written by Simon Hughes, and you know, he's a good journalist. He contributes to, obviously, to the Anfield rap, and he basically says that there was a sort of an agreement of around 3 million in place between Liverpool and MK Dons, and Spurs were knocking around in the background but very much in second place, and they almost recognised the fact that Liverpool were probably going to get him. And someone somewhere in the hierarchy at Liverpool, when it was pretty much done, said, can we not get him down a bit more? Can we not pay a bit less? And then someone's gone, no, you can't. And then Spurs have just come in and gone, boom, we'll pay 5 million. And they've gone, all right, and he's gone. I understand the point about not fuming about it, but it sounds a bit ridiculous, and it's quite understandable if people fume about it, especially as this lad gets better and better, and especially because we're going to face him tomorrow. Wonder what might happen there. Is that about it, mate, or is there anything else?
There were comments from Klopp this morning on transfers as well, saying that, you know, Liverpool will be looking outside the Bundesliga. You know, obviously there have been links to Goetze, Jonas Hector. So I think he was just clarifying that, you know, it's not just going to be from the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
He did also make a comment that obviously with his presence there, Liverpool is a more attractive proposition for German players. Yeah,
it's a bit, I can understand this point, because it's almost like everyone thinks he's just exclusively going to go shopping in the Bundesliga because he's German and he's got experience of that league and all the rest of it. But Liverpool still have scouts, Liverpool still have a transfer committee as far as I know. So there's plenty of work going on behind the scenes in terms of identifying players. So the idea that he's only going to ever recruit from the Bundesliga is a bit mad, and I can sort of take his point, but at the same time, I think we all do that thing, don't we, where you look at all the top stars in that league and think, it's got to help that we've got Klopp. I mean, even wherever Liverpool finish now, I mean, it might be outside the Champions League places, we might not win the Europa League, all that, you still think we've got a better chance of recruiting some of these stars with Klopp than without.
Yeah, you know, he's a huge pulling factor, isn't he? And you know, you don't want to slate Brendan Rodgers long after he's gone, but you just couldn't imagine the likes of Goetze taking an offer from Liverpool seriously without Jurgen Klopp being there.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, you know, whatever you thought of Brendan Rodgers, he just didn't have the same standing in football that Jurgen Klopp's got, and that's basically a fact. In terms of what we're doing today, there's the Friday show, which is packed as ever. Neil's been working hard on that all week. He's away now, putting some clips together. That'll be out later, and me personally, I think that's one of the best football shows out there right now. Well worth taking a look and getting involved with the subscription just for that show, really, because a lot of effort goes into that one. Slightly less effort goes into the other show that's out today, which is AFQ. If you've never listened to that, you should really give it a go. It's just loads of people sitting around a table, having a drink and answering whatever questions Twitter decides to throw at us. Might not sound the best format, but honestly, it works. It's a bit mad, it's funny, and it's a perfect Friday show, really. So that's it from us this week. As ever, love to know what you think of everything we've been doing lately, in terms of the website, in terms of Tour Player, in terms of these daily videos. Are they worth us doing? Do you like them? Are you getting annoyed by them? Are they doing your head in? Let us know. We're all about the feedback. Up the Reds, and we're going to beat Spurs, aren't we? What's the score going to be?
I'm going 3-1.
3-1 to Liverpool. I'll take that.
Nice.